This is our last virtual community of November. I'm Rachel McCoy with Fairfield DD, and I wanted to welcome this morning Fairfield County Foundation, Abby King and Sarah Stoughton. They're going to be giving us a presentation this morning. I'm going to have everybody on mute, and then if you guys would like to post comments in the chat, or you are welcome to unmute yourself during the presentation and ask questions, we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Rachel. And thank you guys for allowing us this time to present. I'm Abby King. I'm the program officer at the Fairfield County Foundation. And also presenting today will be Sarah Stoughton. She's our donor services officer at the Fairfield County Foundation. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the foundation, we were established in 1989. So we celebrated 30 years last year. And since then, we've grown just to about 55 million in assets. So we've seen great growth in the past 30 years in support from the Fairfield County area. We serve primarily the Fairfield County area, as the name suggests, but we have some funds that benefit the surrounding counties, students, or organizations of the surrounding counties as well. It's just up to the donor's wishes, really. And we were created to keep significant funds invested locally here in Fairfield County. The probate judge at the time, Judge Farrell Jackson, saw a need to create an organization that could hold funds here locally as opposed to going to, say, the Columbus Foundation, because we, as a local foundation, would be able to better monitor the needs and things throughout the years as the foundation grows and as the community changes and as needs have changed, as they most definitely have in the past 30 years. So we were established for that for that reason, and we hold over 250 funds for all purposes. We have donor advised funds, organizational endowment funds, we have scholarship funds, and we have unrestricted funds for which we do grants to the community and our competitive grant cycles. We have 3 competitive grant cycles throughout the year to benefit 501c3s and local government organizations here in Fairfield County. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah to tell you about our upcoming 31-hour give that we're very excited about, that will benefit a lot of the nonprofits in our area.
All right, like Abby said, I am Sarah Stoughton and I'm the donor services officer here. I'm going to talk to you guys about the 31-hour give, but I'm going to do a screen share real quick and share with you our video that we put out last week for the give.
2020. It's been a year of unexpected events and uncertainty. When you look around and see that our community is divided, both for political differences and for the safety of stopping the spread, it's easy to forget that there is still good. But we have to be the good. It's time to share your voice, but it's also time to respect your neighbor. Step back and listen. It's time to seek out our community's greatest needs. Show our community that when things feel uncertain, we can take that feeling and turn it into compassion. Ask what you can do to help. Humanity isn't broken just because we have to stay 6 feet apart. We can still share a smile, even if it's covered by your mask. When this community comes together, we are a powerful force of hope. How can you help the community around us? Consider a donation to the Fairfield County Foundation on Giving Tuesday during the 31-hour give, beginning at 8 a.m. on December 1st until 3 p.m. on December 2nd. Because of your generosity, we can support those around us. Because of you. Be the change you want to see in this world.
Okay, so that's the video we put together. Feel free to share it. It's on our Facebook page. I know Tim's on here and they have a fund here with us. So if you want to share that to your page just so you can share information, feel free to do so. So our 31-hour give is a week from today. It will start at 8 a.m. on December 1st and go until 3 p.m. on December 2nd. It's on Giving Tuesday. It always falls the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that craziness. And we started the give back in 2014 with the 25-hour give. And then we've upped it, and that was for our 25th anniversary. So every year since that, we've bumped it up. So 2015, we did the 26-hour give and so on. Last year, we had a record-breaking year. We brought in $240,000 in donations during the 30-hour give. We did a lot of, social media, putting funds out there, really just kind of encouraging people to give during this time, because since 2014, since we started the give, we've given a match to any funds that are donated during the give. So last year we brought in $240,000. We did a $30,000 match. If you're familiar with the give, it used to be the first 25 funds that received donations got $1,000 donation or whatever it may be. But we changed it, so now every fund that gets donations during those 31 hours will get a percentage of that matching gift. So for instance, if one fund brings in 25% of the total donations for the day, they'd receive 25% of that $31,000. So everyone wins, everyone gets a portion of that. And we're really hoping to, obviously this year's a little different, but we're hoping that we still have a really successful year. Since we started the give, we have raised almost $660,000 total. So it's a really busy and exciting couple of days for us here. And for those that are interested in donating, you can donate to any of our funds. As long as you donate during those 31 hours, so December 1st starting at 8 a.m. until December 2nd until 3 p.m. You can give online. We have a portal where you can go on and make your donations. You can also stop by and drop your check off in person. So we will have our office open. Just wear your mask if you stop in. We'll be wearing ours, but we do take in-person checks. If you come outside of our office hours, we do have a mail slot where you can drop your check. So as long as your donation's in during those 31 hours, it will be eligible for that match. That's pretty much the gist of it. So if anyone has any questions on that, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'll turn it back over to Abby, and she's going to give us some information on scholarships.
I just have a quick question, Sarah. Did you say if you make the donation, then you can say where you want it to go out of the organization?
Yeah, so
the foundation support, right?
Yep. So if you're writing a check, we just ask that you write in the memo line which fund you're designating your donation to. If you do it online, it will let you search for whichever fund, and then it's basically like online shopping where you add the donations to your cart and then you check out at the end.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. I muted myself while Sarah was talking, and then it didn't want me to unmute myself. So the scholarships are a big portion of what we do at the foundation as well, and how we serve our community. We partner with a lot of different families or estates, organizations. The Lancaster Rotary Club, the Noon Rotary Club that meets on Mondays, they have about 20 scholarships with us. So scholarships is one of the big things that we do at the foundation, and one of the ways that we provide funds to students in Fairfield County. And we're getting ready to kick off our scholarship season for this year on December 1st. It's a one-stop shop, pretty much. Our application is all online. Last year, we gave out 389 scholarships, totaling just over $642,000. So a lot of the students that apply are eligible for more than one scholarship. They fill out the one application, and then it goes through and kind of helps guide them to what they will and would not be eligible for based on how they answer the questions. And then our scholarships are reviewed, and The deadline is March 12th this year, well, next year of 2020. So it's from December 1st till Friday, March 12th. So you have just a little over 3 months to fill out the scholarship application. It's for graduating high school seniors, current college students, graduate students, adult reentry students, if you're going to a four-year college, if you're going to a graduate school, if you're going to a vocational or technical school. We have opportunities for all kinds. I highly encourage anybody seeking post-secondary education to apply to our scholarship application. The online scholarship application will be available December 1st on our website. So you go to our website at fairfieldcountyfoundation.org and you click on scholarships and the link will be posted there then, and it'll automatically open on December 1st. Our website also houses a lot of frequently asked questions about our scholarship application. So we get a lot of first-time students that might not be sure about how to answer a question or what the document should look like that they should upload. And we've posted a bunch of information there to help answer those questions. Where I personally am also available via email, or anytime that our office is open, you can call in and ask questions. One of the big questions we get is, what kind of information do you need that I can start on now? So we only have another week and a half, a week from today actually, until the scholarship application opens. But you do want to make sure that you've done your FAFSA for all students and fill that out online. You do need your parents' help, and you need that student aid report and the number that it gives you, the estimated family contribution. It's one thing students can start on now if they haven't already done that. That opened October 1st. And you also will need an official transcript. We do recommend waiting until after the fall semester for current students is completed to request that, but it has to be requested from your college for current college students. It has to be requested from the college, and it has to be official. It can't be an online portal screenshot or a DARS or a SARS that you get from your school. It has to be an official transcript. High school students will enter their guidance counselor's information into the application, and it will send them an email to request that they upload it. So it's super easy for high school students to just enter that information and make sure that it gets uploaded. Another thing that we require is a small essay about your goals and your next couple years, your long-term, short-term goals, why you want to go into this profession or why you're in this profession. We're going to be doing something a little different this year since we can't go into schools and meet with parents or students. We're going to be doing a couple of live Zoom frequently asked question type of webinars, just pretty much like this, that we're going to do probably in January, early February, so that anybody that's already started the application can ask us questions. We're going to have an afternoon seminar and then a later early evening seminar if there's any working parents. We get a lot of questions from students, but also from parents that are helping with that application that may have questions about how to fill that out the first time. So we're going to be posting those on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is a great place to follow, especially during scholarship season. We put a lot of information on there. Frequently asked questions. If we have something that we're getting a lot of calls or emails about, we'll post that on our Facebook page so that people can go there and look for frequently asked questions. We'll post and send out emails about our live Zoom webinars when we're planning on doing those, so we can get people signed up for that. And then also reminders about deadlines, any new scholarships that we might have for the year that we want to draw attention to. Things like that will all be posted on our Facebook page, so that's a good place to go back and check every once in a while or to follow so that it shows up on your feed. Our website will also have a ton of information on it. If you're a current college student and you filled out the application last year, you do have to fill it out every year. But I will say that this year we have a new system, so it's going to look a little different. It's super easy. I've heard that it goes very smoothly. We really like the transition. It's very similar, but it is going to look a little different for those students that are returning. You do need to fill out the application every year. We do not have renewable scholarships. And like I said, we have over 90 scholarships. Most of them provide at least one or more opportunities. We have some scholarship funds that have 10 scholarships available and some that only have one. So out of the 90 scholarship funds, we awarded 389 scholarships last year. So it's not just always one scholarship per fund. there, like I said, there'll be a lot of information on our website about it, and we're always available to answer questions. And I'm going to let Sarah talk a little bit about the Women's Giving Circle. If anybody has any questions, we can answer those at the end for scholarships or oh, that's a good question. Sorry. Are scholarships available to all students of Fairfield County? So we have scholarships that are, each scholarship has its own specific criteria. There are some that are for residents of Fairfield County. There are some that are for graduates of high schools in Fairfield County, but we have both. We have probably equal half and half of both of those. And then we have some that are scholarships that are specific to, they could be a resident of Fairfield, Perry, Licking. You know, we have some that are all over. We also have some that are graduates of a specific school. We have some that are specific for graduating high school seniors, some that are specific for juniors or seniors of college. So we have some that are available for pretty much anybody. If you've graduated or resided in Fairfield County, there's a good chance we have at least one, if not more, available for those students. And I'm going to let Sarah talk about the Women's Giving Circle. And I can answer more questions at the end if anybody thinks of any. Sarah's still muted though.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about our Women's Giving Circle. We started this Women's Giving Circle last September, so we've had it for just about over a year. It's a fund of the Fairfield County Foundation, and it's volunteer-led and member-managed. So what that means is, with the exception of myself and Amy, we have our chair, and she volunteered, is Sherry Orlando. So she's our volunteer chair for the Women's Giving Circle for the next few years, just kind of as we get it off the ground and get things going. But the mission of the Giving Circle is to connect, invest, and inspire hope for youth and women in Fairfield County. So what the Women's Giving Circle is, we meet 3 times per year, and it's a $100 donation per meeting. So $300 per year is the donation. We usually meet at Ale House up in their upstairs banquet room. We have a social hour, and then we actually go into the meeting. It's really fun. We have appetizers, and there's a cash bar, so you can go early and get your glass of wine or whatever you like to drink. And it's just a really neat, opportunity to connect and socialize with, so many women in Fairfield County. So your $100 donation per meeting, what that goes to is 75% of it, so $75 will go towards the money that we're going to give away that night, and then 25% of it will go into the endowment fund. So we're just going to continue to grow the fund here. So hopefully one day we can give out more grants than just 3 times per year. When members come into the meeting, they have an opportunity to nominate a nonprofit organization in the county. And then at the end of the meeting, we draw 3 names, and those 3 members will then present at the next meeting on their corresponding charity. So, so far, our first meeting, we donated, we were able to give $7,500 to Fairfield Up. And we have about 100 members, give or take, per meeting. So the amount isn't always the same, but it's always pretty, we say it's around $7,000. And then we have awarded, the Fairfield Community Health Center did a pediatric dental health program. We've funded that through the Women's Giving Circle. And then at our most recent meeting in October, which was, we did it through Zoom, we awarded grants to the Lighthouse, and then we awarded a grant to Harcum House to help offset the cost for their new companion dog, who's very sweet and came with her handler when they picked up the check. So it's just a really great way if you want to get involved, kind of, get your foot in the door with philanthropy. It's a really great way to kind of see what we're about, see your, the kind of impact that your donation can make on the community. If anyone wants any more information, if you want to just drop your email address in the chat and I can send you more information. But it's been we have a lot of fun. It's, it's really great to be in a room with so many, leaders, women leaders in the county. So if anyone has questions or if you want more information, just let me know and I would be happy to send that over to you.
And I'll say one of the reasons that we established the Women's Giving Circle is it's because it's a smaller time commitment. It's 3 times a month, whereas you're not volunteering, every week if you just don't have time for that right now because of work and life schedule. It's something that's a smaller time commitment that can make a big impact and learn a lot about different organizations in our community that you may not already know about. So it's been really great to watch that grow and just to watch the impact that they have towards women and children in Fairfield County in such a short amount of time. It's really snowballed, and there's a lot of great organizations that you learn about. And even if the organizations aren't always picked, you still learn about their organization and their project that they're supporting. And if that's something that you're passionate about that didn't maybe win the grant that time, you can still go learn about them and support them from the Women's Giving Circle. So it's a really neat idea that we've established here. One of the other things that we're doing to benefit residents of Fairfield County currently is the Youth Advisory Committee. And we established this 2 years ago. This is our 3rd year. And this one is a little different because it runs school year as opposed to calendar year like most of our grant cycles do. But we have invited 2 representatives from each school in Fairfield County. We normally get the recommendation from the counselors at each school just because they know the kids best. And we get a recommendation from a junior and senior each year, preferably. And since it's our first couple of years, we haven't been too picky. Some years we get 2 seniors or 2 juniors, or only one person has time for it. But we get the recommendations from each high school in Fairfield County, a junior and senior, and we meet 4 times a year. This year we are doing it via Zoom. But last year we had a lot of fun visiting different organizations and meeting at different places in the county. And what the youth committee is doing is they're learning about philanthropy. They learn about the foundation. They learn about 501c3 organizations in Fairfield County and how they're benefiting the county, but specifically youth in the county. So we've had speakers at our meetings such as Big Brothers Big Sisters, United Way. We just spoke with them at our last meeting when we learned from Andrea about how United Way benefits the community, benefits kids specifically. And then we're also teaching the youth in the group about the grant cycle and how we receive unrestricted funds and donations from the community, and we turn that around and we grant those to organizations in our community. And the grant cycle for them and the application for them is a little bit smaller because the grants are capped at $2,000 per request. So our grant application for that is much smaller than our regular application, and the project has to benefit youth. So we accept grant applications from January 1 to January 31 that benefit youth for up to $2,000. That grant application's on our website as well. And in the guidelines for what we're looking for, it's pretty similar to what we normally grant for in our regular grant cycles, but it's targeted at youth, and it's going to be a smaller project because it's capped at that $2,000. And then after January 31st, we collect all the applications and we meet again and we review with the students how to review a grant. So how to talk to an adult, either in person or on the phone, and ask them questions about the grant and make decisions about. And then we all come together and they present that to the whole group because they're paired off, usually 2 or 3 people together to review a grant application and talk to that organization. And then they come back together and we make recommendations based on their evaluation about who and how much to fund from the applications that we've received. So it walks them through an entire grant process It gives them some experience that they don't learn in school. It gives them experience about the community at large, the whole Fairfield County community, and what they're doing, how they're addressing issues and needs relating to youth in our county. And we've had great feedback from the past 2 years that we've done it, that they enjoy hearing about the ways that people are being helped in our county. They enjoy interacting with kids from other schools. They enjoy learning ways to help everybody, and they've learned a lot of that there is a lot more help out there than they maybe thought there was, because they're probably maybe not the ones seeking the help, so they don't know that it's out there, and they don't know of ways to volunteer. So it's introducing them to that, kind of getting their feet wet a little about that with the guidance from us at the foundation, and our knowledge of grant making over the years. So we're really excited. We have a representative from all 11 county high schools this year. So we're really excited to be doing it this year, even if we have to do it Zoom. We felt like it was still something that we needed to do for them and for us, because it's a great opportunity for nonprofits to apply for something that they might not want to fill out a whole grant application when they need less than $2,000 for something that applies to you. And it's a little quicker of a turnaround. So we're really excited to be doing that this year, and growing it in the future, and hopefully meeting in person again sometime soon. So that's the Youth Advisory Committee. And I'm just going to review real quick. We also give out unrestricted grants to the community. And we have 3 grant cycles for 501c3s or local government agencies that serve Fairfield County. First grant cycle, the preliminary application is due January 11th. So that will be our next grant cycle. A lot of information on our website about that as well. The guidelines are on our website, but we always encourage organizations interested in seeking a grant to call us and just kind of talk that over with either myself or Amy, our executive director, so that we make sure that you're applying for something that's within our guidelines and that it can be then furthered to a full grant application, so that it's not something that we wouldn't even consider at all. And then our applications are reviewed by our volunteer grant committee, and then they're taken to our full board, which is also a 15-person volunteer board. So at this time, we'll take any questions if anybody has any. We've got a lot going on, so it's hard to get it all out there in a short period of time, and we don't want to take up too much time. But our website and our Facebook page are the 2 best places to find out information, as well as our email addresses. If you have any questions that you don't have addressed today, we are always up for answering questions. Email, cell phone, or not regular phone, but however you want to call it. Does anybody have any questions?
What is your website?
It's fairfieldcountyfoundation.org, and Pamela was nice enough to put that in the chat for us. So it's fairfieldcountyfoundation.org, and that's where you can find, and there's our Facebook page in the chat as well. A ton of information on there.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I don't see any other questions in there. Does anybody else want to unmute? Does anyone have a question? I'm going to ask a question. So this might sound crazy because maybe most people know this, but how does the money come to the foundation that you guys give out for grants other than like the give? How do you, like, just say I wanted to donate a large sum of money and I wanted to make up my own scholarship program. I could do that through the foundation, correct?
Yeah. Yep. We get money left to us in trust or wills. We have people establish what are called donor advised funds as well. And those, I believe those start at $10,000 or more, but it's your own named fund. And then you designate what you would like to do with it. So if you're passionate about animals, then you can say, I established this fund for the benefit of Fairfield County to go to animal rescues or the Humane Society, or organizations that are benefiting animals. Or with scholarships, a lot of times we'll do the scholarships in memory of someone, and Like just recently, we had a scholarship from Sophie that passed away, the Sophie Strong Scholarship. They've been doing a ton of fundraising through different methods, and they established a scholarship here for softball players that they're going to be giving out every year. So in memory of is a big reason that people establish scholarship funds. And those donations are then commingled with all of our other donations and invested. So then we use the income every year from those investments to pay out every year a scholarship or our unrestricted funds. But no donation is too small. If you want to donate to any organizations that have a fund with us, AHA, the Kiwanis Club, it has been fundraising for specifically for the park, but they also have other funds with us, including their own scholarship fund that they provide scholarships to. So Lancaster Rotary Club has a bunch of named scholarships. I'm probably forgetting a ton of them because we have over 250, but our website has them all listed, as well as our annual report. And our annual report, if you click on that on our website, will give you an idea of some of the grants that we've given out. It lists all the people who received all the scholarships. So that gives you kind of more information about what we do each year, because we do that yearly. And that's on our website and can be viewed there as well.
Thank you. That's good information, because I always wondered that. I did learn that recently, but I was like, where does all the money come from, and how does all that work? And I don't think a lot of people are really familiar with that. So I wanted you to speak on that a little bit.
That is something that community foundations struggle with across the board to get out that information. It comes from generous donors. And then it comes from investing the money that they donate and making money off of it that we can then give out to people. So, but you don't have to establish a fund in order to give. You can give it to another fund that may be similar to causes that you like, and then later down the road, if you decide that you want to give more, then you can establish a fund. So it's not just for wills and trusts like some people think sometimes. It's for any amount of money, because we have so many funds. There's likely to be something that you support in Fairfield County that we have a fund for, and that money can be put together with all the other people who raise money for it and then given out to benefit Fairfield County.
Awesome. Okay. I don't see any other questions in the chat. So if no one else has anything, I just wanted to say thank you both for being on today.
Yes, thank you for having us. And
spending some
thank
time.
you to everybody for joining us.
Good luck on the 31-hour give. I also wondered why it was 31 and last year it was 30. I didn't really know why that changed. So that's good information too. So yes, thank you for being on today, and for everybody else on the call, well, for you guys too, and everybody else, have a happy Thanksgiving. There will be no virtual community on Thursday. I hope that you're spending time maybe at home or on Zoom, or maybe with some of your family. So enjoy that time together, and we'll be back next week.
Thanks, Rachel.